Hello everyone. Thanks for joining today. I'm Rebecca. This is a level 3 mat class and you might want to add some hand weights in today. So if you have 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 pounds, these are 3. That's what I have at home. But if you don't, even just soup cans, or as somebody mentioned, maybe 2 bottles of wine, or whatever you have to add a little bit of resistance. And we're going to try to do a short workout, but with a nice focus on waking up and being aware of our upper body, our head and neck alignment, getting a little bit of strength there as well as our core. So we're going to start with the weights at our sides. Imagining your little golf balls at the back of the armpit. You're going to pick them up. You're going to hold them there. You're going to be tall in your posture. And then you're going to breathe as we like to. So nice breath in. Breathe deep into the low rib cage. And on your exhale, already feel that core activating with the breath. So the deep belly drawing in a little bit and the pelvic floor action. Nice breath in and out breath too. Get a little taller and feel that core activation. And on our next one, we're going to breathe in. And on the exhale, we're just going to press the weights behind us as we come into a balance on the balls of the feet. So sink the heels and go right into a squat with the arms reaching forward. So exhale to press the arms behind to come to the balls of the feet, and then sink the heels and reach the arms forward. If you're going nice and deep into your squat, you might need to alter where you're looking or that head and neck alignment so that you're not, poking the chin out, but that you're keeping a nice long back of the neck, nice wide collarbones, a lot of distance between the upper arms. And as you come up onto the balls of the feet, really trying to keep even weight across all the knuckles of the feet. Good. Perfect. Hold this one up in your balance. And just press those weights behind you for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Sink the heels. Hold the weights back there. Nice head rotation to the right. Nice head rotation to the left. One more to each side where you really think if your head was up against a post behind you, it would not roll off the post. It would just keep that nice alignment. Good. Center. Press those weights behind you. And release. Good. Come to the back of your mat. Take a nice breath in. We're going to do a roll down and walk it out, leaving our weights at our sides. So on your out breath, nodding the chin and rolling forward, one bone at the back at a time. You can soften the knees if you need to. You're going to put the weights just at the sides, at the back of your mat. The eyes are looking back at the shins and walking out, keeping the center of you over the center of the mat. Landing with the hands right under the shoulders, the tummy drawn in for that tall plank position. And just taking a moment here to reach long out of your heels while you simultaneously reach long out of the top of your head. And we're going to oscillate between this and our pyramid. So lift the sit bones towards the sky. Sink the heels. Pull back with the pelvis. Try to feel the pelvis stretch away from the hands, putting a little more weight into those heels, and then raise the heels, pivot strongly back to your beautiful tall plank. Good. Where you're going to lift the right leg for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Return. Switch. Left leg for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Even weight on both feet. Lift the sit bones towards the sky. Sink the heels. Pull, pull, pull the pelvis back towards, not just the wall behind you, but also the ceiling. You're lifting those sit bones. And then raise the heels to pivot back to that tall plank. Raise the Right leg again, and this time you're going to bring the knee up between the hands, or as if you were going to, without changing the alignment of your spine, and reach it back. For 4 more. So we've done 6 here, 2, 3, 2, good, and 1, beautiful. Lower that one, switch sides, left leg floats, and then bring it forward, but don't lose that neutral spine. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Perfect. Even weight on the feet. Lift the sit bones towards the sky. Sink the heels. And then walk the hands back towards the feet. Still trying to keep the center of you over the center of the mat. Take a nice breath in. Be heavy and relaxed in the neck. Pick up the weights and restack. Perfect. To come to do a little rotator cuff work. Good. And we're going to do this in, just to be getting a little more out of it, we're gonna do this in a small squat where we've got the knees going forward, we've got the spine vertical, we keep the pelvis right over the weight of the feet. So that's optional. It's really about the arms. But you can add that in if you want, and we'll add in a small heel raise as we do this. So you've got the knees bent. You're taking those elbows to 90 degrees. If you've done our upper body series, you know this one. From here, the elbows stay at 90 degrees, and you raise both arms out to the side. From there, the arms rotate back as if you're going to put those weights against the imaginary wall behind you. Press it forward, lift, back against that imaginary wall behind you. Here's where you're going to do a heel raise. Put those heels down. Good. Release the arms, and then straighten everything back up. Good. Again, down. Elbows are right out from the shoulders. Weights rotate back. They press forward. You do a little lift here, trying to keep the forearms together if you can. Bring them back. A nice release. Oh, no, sorry, heel raise. Now a nice release. Press them down, straighten up in the knees a little bit. So from the side, you have knees bend, arms float up. Nothing changes as you rotate at the shoulders. Then you press forward, do your little lift. Spine is still in neutral. Bring those arms back into your cactus position. Raise the heels. Put the heels back down. Release the weights. And lower and straighten the knees. Let's do 2 more. Up. Rotate the weights back. Press them forward. Little pulse. Bring them back. Open across the chest. Add your heel raise. Down. Release. Straighten. Feeling good, eh? Yes. That's what you were saying. Press it forward. Keep the head in line with the rest of the spine as you open back up. Sometimes we let the head poke forward there. Heel raise. Good. Release here. Straighten the knees, but then we're going to do a little repeater with the arms. Just back and lowering. Back and lowering. Oh, this one, right? But you're tall in your spine. You're broad in between your shoulder blades while we do 3 more. 3. Good. 2. Nice. And 1. And press it down. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Walk to the back of your mat. Nice breath in. Out breath to nod the chin. Beautiful. Roll down 1 bone of the back at a time. Imagine that length happening between the crown of the head and the tailbone. Put the weights to the sides at the back of your mat. And on your exhale, walking forward, trying to lead with the other arm this time. And now we're all warmed up in our arms. What are we going to do? We're going to do a push-up. Yes, we are. You can do it from the knees. And I might today, just because I've already done some arm work. Or you can do it from tall plank position. But here we are, we're going to do 8 of them. So soften the elbows without letting the chest drop. Then go through your push-up motion and return. Adjust the arms if you need to. I need to be a little wider there. So good. For 2. 3, for 4. You're really trying to, as you lower, as you bend the elbows, don't think about the chest and the face, racing towards the mat, right? You really want to keep the chest and the face sort of as big a distance from the mat as you can while the arms do their bend. How many is this anyway? Let's do one more. Sorry. Perfect. Good. From there, if you're on your knees, come back to your toes. Lift the sit bones towards the sky. Sink the heels. Enjoy that pyramid position. Raise the heels. And if that wasn't your perfect set of push-ups, you have another chance to rectify that. So from tall kneeling or from the knees, bend the elbows for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, 4. Isn't this set better? And I'm actually counting because I'm on my toes this time. I think this is the last one. We're doing a bonus one, sorry. Just in case. Lift the sit bones towards the sky. Sink the heels. One last beautiful pyramid stretch. And then walk the hands back towards the feet. Head is relaxed. Pick up the weights. And on your exhale, restacking. Open across the chest. Beautiful. One last thing in standing, right? And we're going to do a little bit of a lunge position. So let's do the left foot forward and right foot back. And it's really just to get all your weight into that front leg, right? The back leg's just there for balance. And this is so that you can hinge forward with the upper body. The more horizontal the upper body, the more you're going to feel this where you want to, which is between the shoulder blades and not on the top, like the upper shoulders or the upper back, upper neck. So the weights just hang heavy. You can bring them right together if your knee's not in the way. Take a nice breath in to prepare. And on your out breath, you're going to raise the right arm only out to the side and everything stays still. And place it back down. And then do the left. And see if the center of you can stay centered over the mat as you do that, and then both. And lower. So we've got right, boom, left, both. Right, draw in with the abdominals, left, abdominals. Both keep the face back and the neck nice and long. Right, left, both holding this one, right? Wide, reach those weights away from each other and then lift them a little bit higher for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower them down, come back to your lovely lunge. Switch legs that are in front. Get your beautiful hinge forward. Let those weights just be easy and relaxed. Those shoulders are broad, but there's not tension. A little tuck of the chin if you tend to get the head forward posture. And then the left arm first. And down. And right. And down. And both. Good. Repeat left. Think of that balance and the stability. The shoulders staying broad, the shoulders staying away from the ears. Usually when we just lift one, the head and neck have little trouble staying in alignment, but it's when we do both that for some reason we want to shoot the chin forward down towards the mat, so don't do that. You're level 3, you're exceptional. Both. Let's do one more. Left arm. Good. Right arm. Beautiful. Both. Hold it out here. Right? Different repeater this time. Bend the elbows. And in this position, you're going to press both arms. Bring your elbows sort of back by your hips. Hold the ribs in. Exhale and bring the arms forward. They don't have to go right by your ears unless you're have that flexibility in the shoulders. If you're a little stiff in the shoulders, just bring them forward. But try to keep that lovely wide chest. We got one more. Bend the elbows, straighten them back out. Lower everything with control. Bring the leg in and roll it up. Good. Put the weights off to the side. No longer needed. Come to the back of your mat. Take a nice breath in and feel how light those arms are now. On your out breath, nod the chin. Roll it forward. Walking it out on your next breath. This time to come to your low plank. Arms in parallel if possible. Knees nice and straight. Tap the right knee and lift back up. And then the left and back up. Try to keep the shoulders wide. The chest pressed away from the mat. The abdominals drawn in so that you can feel that pelvis balancing a hot cup of coffee on it. No spilling. Huh? Good. Last one. Lovely. Hold it here just for a breath. Bend the knees. Walk the hands back. Come into a lovely shell stretch and just take that. We've been in neutral spine a long time, so take the time if you need to let that low back soften. You can leave the hands overhead at first if you want for a lovely stretch. Then if it feels good, bring the hands around by the feet. And enjoy that relative rest pose, but you are trying to create a little tunnel between the belly and thighs as you breathe in, so that as you breathe out, you can bring those sit bones a little closer towards your heels. Where we've been focused on the arms, just think of wide shoulder blades here. And on your next out breath, roll it up to nice tall kneeling. And just do a beautiful shoulder roll or two, one at a time, or both together. It's just to get just a nice mobility where you just worked. We're going to take the arms, and you can either interlace the fingers and press the palms away, or you can just grab a wrist. And we're going to press those arms out in front, tucking the chin, and then you're going to reach the arms forward as you pull the breastbone away. So you're a little rounded in the spine. And I want you to breathe in between the shoulder blades. I want you to create some space there where you definitely just worked if you were doing the class and not watching. But if you're doing it, you're feeling it here and you're just trying to lengthen where you just worked. And then round it back up, bring the arms in, and then take the arms the opposite direction. Open up, interlace the fingers behind you, and then just try to gently straighten the elbows if that's possible. And if it is, then you can even try to raise the elbows away from the pelvis to get that width across the chest. Lift the throat slightly and just feel that opening in the chest where you worked when you did your push-ups. Nice breath in and then release. Good. And then we're going to come down onto our back on the mat just for a little bit of abdominal work. Taking the hands behind the head. Have the feet right together, the knees right together. Take a nice breath in. Feel the low ribs be soft and melted back towards the mat. And on your exhale, raising up with the head and the neck and a little bit of the chest. And this will actually, I'm not doing the ab work just to be like mean after doing all the upper body stuff. It's that in doing this raise up, this chest raise, you're lengthening in that upper and mid back where you just worked, and it's really nice to get that mobility there after doing some strengthening. So it's good for our abs too, but there's more to it. Good. Hold this one up. Bring the right leg to tabletop. Lower it down. And the left leg. And lower it down. And just, I want you to do this version until you feel that you're warmed up, and then you can leave one leg in tabletop, bring the other one up, and reverse it so you're doing toe taps. Right? Eventually coming at your own pace though, but where you're switching in motion. And I want you to take the arms from behind the head, and I want you to reach them down beyond your feet. So you're lifting a little more in the chest. For 2. For 1, perfect. Hold the legs in the air. Take the arms back behind the head and peel it down. Good, and just leave the arms there as you let the knees go to the side. And see how this compares to when you have the arms out to your sides for balance. Come back through the center. And the other way. But just seeing if this gives you a different sensation of length and stretch in the chest where you just worked. 1 more to the right. Through the middle. 1 more to the left. Gorgeous. Coming back to center. Nice breath in. On your exhale, peel it up. Good. Straighten both legs. Good. And we're going to do a scissor. We're going to lower the left leg. We're going to keep the right leg where it is. We're going to turn to the right. Center it. Bring the leg back in. Switch. Rotation. Rotation. Lower. The pelvis stays still. The abs stay controlled. But now you're getting even more movement in that upper back where you just worked. Let's do 1 more to each side. Look to the right. Lower the left leg. Switch. Look to the left. Lower the right leg. Take the hands behind the thighs. Lift yourself a little bit higher. Not losing that neutral pelvis, but getting some movement in the upper back. Good. And then hold it as you take the hands behind the head. You knew that was coming. Peel it down. Bend the knees and just hug them in towards your chest. Good. Perfect. And we're going to end this video with a little odd combo of a rollover. So either a rollover prep or with the straight legs, the full exercise. And then we're going to pull into a ball, roll like a ball, and try to come to stand. So there's no surprises. Hands are at your sides. Neutral in your spine to start. Tabletop with the legs. Take a nice breath in. Move into imprint with that low spine. Get that motion first. Then as you exhale further, you lift the back of the pelvis, peel it right back down, extend the legs, right? So you can do this version, bend the knees, roll over, peel it down, extend the legs. Or you can go a little further and you can come to balance with the knees bent. Peeling it down with control, right? The head and the neck don't move here. You're in neutral as you extend the legs. Bend the knees. Come to the balance. Or, for the full exercise, the legs are straight. And you take them straight overhead. For the balance, separate them just a little bit. Flex the feet. And then enjoy that roll down. 1 bone at the back at a time. Some lovely movement in the spine, some lovely length in the back of the legs. And they go back and lower what you can control. And repeat. We're going to do 2 more of whatever version you're picking to do. And don't hesitate to just do the bent knee rollover prep. That's still really amazing work for the core and great mobility in the low back. flex, roll it down. One bone at the back at a time. Do, 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 do. Good. Coming to what you can control, then bend the knees, hug them in towards your chest, raise the head up. Right, so the heels are pulled in towards your bum, you're hugging the knees in a full bent position, and you're starting your rock. That spine should be warm. And when you get your momentum, you're finding your balance. And either choosing to balance in the rolling like a ball position, or coming to balance in tabletop, pulling back in, or coming to balance with the legs straight, hamstring length. Some of you have it. I struggle. Seems to be okay today. Roll it back. Come up to balance. We're going to do one more with a balance. Your choice. Good. And then pull into your ball. Get your momentum. Come to stand. Voila. Awesome. And hopefully your upper body feels great and strong now, and your upper back mobilized. Take a nice wide stance, wide arms. Breathe in, bend and scoop. And on your exhale, you're sitting back with the hips, you're opening across the chest, then you're folding forward at the waist. Roll it up one bone to the back at a time, and we'll do it twice. Breathe in, exhale, fold it forward, roll it up. And there you go. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Ciao.